Welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into World War II reenacting, an immersive hobby that brings history to life. Stick around and we'll discuss the fascinating unit, the Freiwillige Legion Nederland, and the amazing Leningrad 1942 event that I'm planning. If you're passionate about history, gear, or the grit of the Eastern Front, this video is for you. For those who are new to the channel, World War II reenacting is a hobby that blends historical education with immersive action. We use authentic uniforms, weapons and props to recreate specific moments in history. But it's more than just putting on a uniform, it's about honouring those who lived through these pivotal times and learning from the past. The magic of reenacting is it transports you into history. You don't read about the cold Russian winters, you feel them. You don't see the period weapons, you hold them. And you gain a deep respect for the courage, endurance and sacrifice of those involved. One of the most unique aspects of World War II reenacting is portraying the lesser known units. So one of the chosen units I'm looking at portraying, and this is kind of a big announcement I suppose, is a unit called Freiwillige Legion Nederland, which was a unit who mainly comprised of Dutch volunteers, and so it's got a really interesting kind of story arc to it. I will attach a little bit of training footage that I've managed to acquire myself.
Vrijwillig onder de Duitse vaandels. Evenals velen voor hen worden zij opgenomen in de Waffen-SS. Een nieuw leven begint. Moderne kazernes der Waffen-SS te Zenheim. Zojuist is een troep nieuwe vrijwilligers aangekomen. Kameraden uit Noorwegen, Denemarken, Nederland en Vlaanderen. Gij zijt als vrijwilligers naar ons toegekomen om met ons gemeenschappelijk naar den wens van onze Führer den strijd tegen Jodendom, plutocratie en bolsjewisme tot een goed eind te voeren. De politieke soldaten der SS vormen een kern van het nationaal socialisme. De SS is gering in aantal, maar groot is haar stootkracht. Uniformen worden in ontvangst genomen. Ook in de kast moet orde heersen. Het bedden opmaken is een kunst. Hier wordt het middagmaal genuttigd.
and they primarily fought on the Eastern Front, hence Leningrad. The unit served under a German command and saw intense combat, particularly around Leningrad. Portraying the unit allows to delve into the complex motivations of a soldier who joined under various pressures and beliefs. Our goal is always to educate, never to glorify the war or the ideology itself, as we know is pretty bad. By focusing on individual soldiers, we aim to tell a nuanced story that often overshadowed by larger narratives. Now let's talk about the event we're planning, Leningrad 1942. So we're looking at the spring. It was also, it had the harshest winters. Obviously you had Stalingrad, which was incredibly cold, but I think Leningrad itself is probably a lesser known battle. And Leningrad was the longest, most brutal battle on the Eastern Front. We'll recreate the conditions faced by both the Axis and the Soviet forces, especially in the springtime, with an emphasis of realism. Participants will dig trenches and defensive positions and draw simulated combat experiences. This isn't just about tactics, it's about survival. So you'll be eating period food, you'll be eating, you'll be doing what they did. Like in your downtime, you don't tend to just just sit there. You talk to your friends, you do other things, you keep digging, or, it's not just about sitting there and looking pretty, it's about being efficient with your time, just like they would have been at the time, And so I think a really good milestone for my event would be, it'd probably be a digging event. So we'd be, preparing for the oncoming Russian offensive. Each participant who will be in this event will have a unique role. From frontline infantry, which is obviously what everyone wants to portray, to support roles like medics and logistics. Logistics obviously is super important, and the Germans didn't quite get it right, obviously. And we will have kind of simulated events, so like an officer's briefing, or we get our post, which is, again, it can be amazing. I've had events where there's been post delivered, and it is amazing. It kind of helps you get into the mindset of a German soldier at the time, and so I think that's an important part. And especially when it's like I've had letters of a child that was obviously purely fictitious, and it was saying their school got bombed and that they've got 3 days off, and it just kind of, it adds that realism to it, and it kind of adds a different aspect to reenacting. It's not just standing there looking pretty in your uniform, it's kind of helping you to get into that mindset of the time, which is important. Again, reenacting is more than just wearing a uniform. It's about preserving history, building camaraderie, and gaining a profound appreciation of the struggles and triumphs of the past. The Leningrad 1942 event will be unforgettable for the journey, into history, and we'd love for you to be a part of it, and I'd love for you guys to see it kind of coming into fruition, and seeing it kind of become this thing, because I generally want to make this a reality. As I'm sure you're all aware, it's incredibly difficult to find actual good reenactors who portray these guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and hit that bell button as well, so you get notifications when I post, which is sporadic at this point. And then, yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on this event. I've kind of managed to sort out insignia, and so I'm kind of trying to get the boys to get it and trying to start to build it up and make it into an actual thing. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. And I have a question for you today. What is your favorite moment in the Second World War? Either just purely because of the brutality, or because of amazing heroism, or kind of just something, a good deed. Like, I've got tons of these little stories that are amazing. And then until next time, stay warm, and we'll see you in the trenches.